It was October 1978. At the beginning of his flying career, Australia's young pilot Frederick Valentich was brave and enthusiastic. But what happened on October 21st would change his life and the history of aviation forever. Frederick Valentich, June 9, 1958, disappeared October 21, 1978, had a total of 150 hours of flight time and held a fourth-class instrument rating, which allowed him to fly at night, but only in visual meteorological conditions. He applied twice to join the Royal Australian Air Force, RAF, but was rejected for insufficient training qualifications. He was a member of the RAF Air Training Corps, determined to pursue a career in aviation. Valentich was studying part-time to become a commercial pilot, but his grades were poor. He had failed all 5 commercial license exam subjects twice and had failed 3 more commercial license subjects as recently as the month before his disappearance. He had been involved in flying incidents, such as entering a controlled area in Sydney, for which he had been warned, and twice deliberately flying into a cloud, which was being considered for prosecution. According to his father, Guido, Valentich was an ardent believer in UFOs and worried about being attacked by them. The destination of Valentich's last flight was King Island, but his motivation for the flight is unknown. He told flight attendants that he was going to King Island to pick up some friends and others that he was going to collect crayfish. Later investigations found that both stated reasons were not true. Valentich had also failed to inform King Island Airport of his intention to land there, contrary to standard procedure. Valentich left Melbourne for King Island that evening. His Cessna 182 was ready for a routine training flight over Bass Strait. The weather was clear. Valentich was in a good mood, but his last radio call to Melbourne Air Traffic Control would turn the calm night into a dark mystery. 45 minutes into his flight, Valentich reported seeing an unidentified flying object following him 300 meters overhead. His plane's engine was starting to fail, and the object was traveling at the same speed and altitude as he was. "It's not an airplane," Valentich told the control tower, and then the radio link was abruptly lost. Search and rescue teams launched a large-scale operation to find Valentich and his plane. However, no piece of wreckage or trace of it was found. The incident aroused great interest among UFO observers and conspiracy theorists. Some claimed that Valentich had been abducted by UFOs. Others suggested that the young pilot was lost at sea and that his plane was buried in the depths of the ocean. Valentich's disappearance was also linked to his belief in UFOs. According to his father Guido, Frederick was very curious about UFOs and was afraid of them. This added to the mystery behind the case. Years passed, technology advanced, but Valentich's mystery remained unsolved. Family, friends, and even strangers continued to wonder about his fate. Some believe that this mystery will one day be solved. Others believe that such mysteries are doomed to remain in the dark corners of the human mind. The story of Frederick Valentich remains one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history, and questions about him remain unanswered. The sky continues to hold his secret, and perhaps one day the veil of mystery will be lifted,